Lewis Carroll, the genius behind Wonderland's chaos. I am not crazy. My reality is just different from yours. If you don't know where you want to go, it doesn't matter which road you take. When the day becomes the night and the sky becomes the sea, when the clock strikes heavy and there's no time for tea, and in our darkest hour, before my final rhyme, she will come back home to Wonderland and turn back the hands of time. Every adventure requires a first step. Imagination is the only weapon in the war with reality. When you've understood this scripture, throw it away. If you can't understand this scripture, throw it away. I insist on your freedom. If it weren't for my pocketbook, I would never know where to put my hands. Sometimes I think it would be much more fun to be a book than a person. It is the privilege of true genius, and especially genius who opens up a new path to make great mistakes with impunity. I'm not strange, weird, off, or crazy. Just my reality is different from yours. You have to run as fast as you can just to stay where you are. If you want to get somewhere, you'll have to run much faster. Some go this way and some go that way. But as for me, myself, personally, I prefer the shortcut. If you limit your actions in life to things that no one can find fault with, you won't do much. I'm stranger, you're stranger. Together, we are strangers. If it had a world of its own, everything would be meaningless. Nothing would be what it is because everything would be what it is not. And conversely, what is would not be. And what would not be would be. Do you see? If you want to inspire confidence, give plenty of statistics. It does not matter that they should be accurate or even intelligible, as long as there is enough of them. Why do people think they always have to tell the truth? Sometimes it is much more interesting to make up a lie. Sometimes I believe that logic is just an excuse not to believe in the impossible. Life is like a card game. You never know what card you'll get next. One of the secrets of life is that all that is really worth doing is what we do for others. You're out of your mind, but I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are. In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take, the relationships we were afraid to have, and the decisions we waited too long to make. Take care of the sense, and the sounds will take care of themselves. If you look in the mirror and see a monster, how can you be sure it's not him looking back at you? Sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. I have always thought that imagination is a precious gift that many waste for fear of the unknown. Can you imagine what it's like to talk to someone who always says the opposite of what he thinks? In a world full of contradictions, sometimes madness is the only sensible way out. If it was so, it might be. And if it were so, it would be. But as it isn't, it ain't. That's logic. Sometimes the most absurd things make the most sense. For the Queen, there was only one way to solve problems, big or small. Off with her head. Every story has a moral, you just need to be clever enough to find it. Who in the world am I? Ah, that's the great puzzle. Life is a puzzle in which every piece fits together perfectly, even if sometimes it doesn't seem so. Only a few find the way. Others don't recognize it when they find it. Others don't even want to find it. If everyone minded their own business, the world would spin a lot faster than it does. Time is meaningless when you are lost in your thoughts. Of all things, I do like a conspiracy. It's so interesting. I know who I was when I woke up this morning, but I think I've changed several times since then. One of the most difficult things in the world is to accurately convey meaning from one mind to another. Always tell the truth. Think before you speak and write it down afterwards. Everything has a moral if you are able to find it. When I use a word, Humpty Dumpty said in rather a scornful tone, it means just what I choose it to mean, neither more nor less. Even if I'm not perfect, I know that I am enough. Why is it that people with the most narrow of minds seem to have the widest of mouths? One of the hardest things in the world is to convey a meaning accurately from one mind to another. Who am I first? Answer me. And then, if I like being that person, I'll go up. If not, I'll stay down here until I'm someone else. 'Tis a secret. None knows how it comes, how it goes, but the name of the secret is love. There is a place like no place on earth, a land full of wonder, mystery, and danger. Some say to survive it, you need to be as mad as a hatter, which luckily I am. The future is a mystery. It is your job to decipher it. I never get involved in politics. I suppose every child has a world of his own, and every man too, for the matter of that. I wonder if that's the cause for all the misunderstanding there is in life. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome raths outgrabe. Goodbye, sweetheart.